What exactly is a contested divorce? Aren't divorces by its very nature a contentious situation? Is it actually possible to have an uncontested divorce? Hello and welcome to 60 Seconds with Sergio. I'm Sergio Cabanas, managing attorney of the Divorce and Mediation law firm. Today's question is, Sergio, what is a contested divorce in Florida and how does that process work? Well, that's a good question and one you should know if you're planning on moving forward with a divorce anytime in the near future. A contested divorce basically means that the parties have not yet been able to reach a full agreement on the important terms and conditions for a divorce. It's possible that one of the spouses is trying to avoid divorce altogether. Maybe the spouses agree on divorce, but they don't know about the legal terms and conditions that are needed in order to get a divorce. I've had clients come to my office with what they think is a legal agreement, only to learn that the terms are not legally allowed. That's why it's important to find an attorney who can help identify the legal issues that need to be resolved in order to avoid the uncontested divorce to the extent possible. Or at least, we'll be able to narrow down the issues that need to be resolved so that you can keep your costs to a minimum in addition to reducing your stress. So generally, what are the issues that people normally need to deal with in a divorce? Well, one of the issues is identifying the marital assets that are subject to being divided between the spouses. People often assume that everything has to be divided, but that's not always true. There are important exceptions, such as assets acquired before the marriage, or assets acquired during the marriage by gift or inheritance, or assets held by other people or corporations. Once we decide on the marital assets that are subject to being divided, we have to figure out how to divide those assets. Many people assume that everything must be sold and the proceeds are to be divided equally. But it's possible for the parties to agree on other terms and conditions that does not include the sale of the assets. Another important issue may relate to alimony, especially in light of the laws that just went into effect in July of 2023. Who's entitled to alimony? And if so, how much and for how long? If the parties have minor children, we also have to resolve those issues, such as the parental decision-making authority for the children, time-sharing, child support, international travel, relocations, and the list goes on. By now, you might be realizing that it's important to understand the applicable laws. Thereafter, we negotiate the important terms that are mutually acceptable to both parties. We address the legal issues and properly document these issues in a document that settles the whole case. Once a full and proper settlement is reached, everybody can move forward with a divorce in the quickest, least expensive way possible. So to answer the important question, not all divorces have to devolve into a huge fight. In fact, once an agreement is reached on all the issues, then a contested divorce can quickly turn into an uncontested divorce, saving everybody time, money, and grief. That's why it's important to find an attorney who is willing to help you settle your case as soon as possible. This will help keep your stress down and more money in your pocket. If you need help with your divorce or any other type of family law matter, and you live in the South Florida area, give us a call today for your free case evaluation. I hope this short video provided you at least some guidance with how to handle a contested divorce here in Florida. Thank you again for joining me today, and as always, stay informed so you can stay strong.